channel. I'm just peeking under the door. They're going to be back in a minute, but apparently they're giving me some more guns to play with today, so I'll see you in a minute. Oh, this is just great.
Oh, this is great. Thank you, bitches. Bottom feed. Oh, lovely. Oh, I feel like a kid in a sweet shop. Oh.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to DreadFX buying a gun and what to look for. Now, I've got a few guns that they've given me, thank you, that they've given me to look at today. And I'm going to give you a little talk through on what to look for when buying your first airbrush, whether it be needle sizes, a trigger control, a side feed, a top cup, a siphon feed. They all work and they've all served their purpose when using these for custom painting and artwork. So if you're looking for a brush for a beginner, I'll just sort of guide you across a few. Brand wise, I've got mainly on these what they've supplied me with today. We've got Iwata, we've got Krios, and they're the two brands. There are other brands out there on the market, guys, but they've brought these in for me to look at and show you today. So the one that I'm going to pick up first is the Arwater Revolution. This is a great beginner's airbrush, as it's a 0.5mm needle nozzle setup, a cup to the top. So this will deal with heavier paints. It will get you a bit of detail down and it will also get some good coverage. So it's a good all-round airbrush. This one's a double action, so down for air, back for paint. Basic brush. You got your quick connect to the bottom, and price bracket on this, these are coming in quite cheap now, but it's a good brand and a good brush, guys. So that's a nice beginner's airbrush to start off with if you're looking for buying a brush. Moving on to another good beginner's brush, but we're going Siphon Feed. Now Siphon Feed ones are like this. You've got the jar to the bottom, and what you can do with these is you put your paint here and you can clip this to the bottom of the airbrush. This one is an Arwater again. This is the HP BCS. This is a 0.5 double action again, so it's down for air, back for paint. These brushes are all double action airbrushes. Now these are good for the same sort of coverage as this one. You'll get the same coverage and fan pattern as the Revolution, but you've got the bonus of this with the bottom feed in a siphon. So you've got no cup to the top, so you've got full visibility around the front of the brush when you're working, and you have also got quick changing for your paints, because if you've got a lot of bottles of paint, you can just interchange them, blast through, and it's a very quick way of changing your colours and keeping you working. You see a lot of t-shirt artists use these. People that do wall art or bigger sort of pieces usually always sees these brushes in the hand. So that's the Iwata HP BCS on a 0.5mm. And next we've got a detail brush. This one is the Arwater Takumi. Iwata Takumi. Iwata Custom Micron, sorry, we've got the Takumi coming up next. Now this is a detail brush, and the price brackets on these are coming in around $365 for these. Now this is a 0.18mm and it's a side feed. Double action again, but really nice trigger on this. You've got an adjuster to the back to dial your trigger in. Your crown cap unscrews to the front on these brushes, and you can fit these to the backs of the brushes, guys, which is a nice feature. So you can screw the crown cap to the back like that. Saves you losing it when you're working. A really nice detailed brush. It's the high-end price on an airbrush, but a very good brush, guys. So if you're thinking of detail, that's one that you can look at if you have got the funds to do so. It's a good brush to look at. So the next one we're going to move on to, we'll move back down the price scale. We're going to move on to the Krios. This is the PS270. This is a nice all-round brush and a nice beginner's brush, I think, for the price bracket. You've got great body, the build on it's really good. an adjuster to the back to dial your trigger in. To the front of the brush you get the MAC valve, which is this piece here, and you can dial your air pressure in on the fly when you're working, so you can bring your air pressure up or down. Cap to the top, 0.2, nice double action trigger with a sloped front on it. Quick connect, all these brushes are quick connect for your hose line. So another great brush to look out for, guys, is the Creos PS270. Brilliant brush. Now moving on to a little bit more higher up in the price bracket, we've got the Iwata Takumi Eclipse. Now on this one you'll see it's the same trigger as the custom Micron, where it slopes down and it's flat to the top. Same sort of length in body as the Micron, but you are a little bit closer on your front end. Your trigger comes closer to the front on this one, so it sort of brings you closer to the front of the brush as you're working. This one's a side feed with a side cup. You can move your cup left and right on this. Nice soft trigger. Adjuster to the back. This one is a 0.35mm needle and nozzle setup. Quick connect to the bottom, and it's great for a detailed brush and sort of going across into the next level where you're getting a bit more coverage down. It's a good all-rounder, great brand. So that's the old Takumi Eclipse. Now we can move on to a trigger airbrush.
This one's the PS2.
This one's the PS290. Now this is a bigger brush in your hand. This is more like, I would say, like a little mini spray gun. With this one you get the cup to the top, cap on there for your cup. You've got your adjuster on the back of this again to dial the actual finger trigger on this one. So you would hold the brush and hold it like that and use your finger to do the paint. Nice comfortable brush to work with, guys, and get some good coverage down. The bonus with this brush, you get two caps with this. So you get a prong cap, which is a fan cap like you get on a bigger spray gun, to the front, and then when you unscrew the housing around the front you can take this cap off and then you can slide on a spot cap. Now the spot cap is basically like using a standard airbrush, so it's more like using the Revolution. Same size needle in both of these, so you're getting the same sort of coverage with the PS290 as you would with this on your spot. But when you put this onto fan, you're getting about 2.5 inch fan pattern. It's a nice fan pattern, so it's a great brush for coverage, getting some paint down. You can put thinned out clear coats through this, thinned out primers, base coats and things like that. Thicker acrylics will go through this, and it's just a good all-rounder for getting some coverage down, especially if you do like miniature models, RC body shells, or you're doing panels where you need to get some good background coverage. Instead of using a normal airbrush where you'll be passing loads and loads of times, you could pick up the PS290 and you'll get some really good coverage down. So that's a bit about these brushes. When you're on the market and looking for one, you can get all these brushes through different links on websites and things like that, but keep your eye out on second-hand marketplaces, because people are getting rid of these type brushes, guys. Not so much, you don't really see so much like the custom Microns up for grabs or the Takumis, but you will definitely see Iwata Revolutions. And don't let this put you off buying a second-hand version of this if you see one, because if you can pick one of these up second-hand, it's a great brush, guys, that will last you. And the bottom feed Iwata Eclipses, these ones, the HPBC S. I've had that many meds today, my eyes, I'm struggling to see. Sure, this is the Arwater HPBC S 10, yeah. And you'll see loads of these as well. They're brilliant brushes, they last. So you will see a lot of them on second-hand like marketplace sale sites. I've seen a couple of the PS290s as well. Can't see why people get rid of these, because it is a great brush. It really is. So keep your eyes out on second-hand sites for these type brushes, they're good, strong workhorses that last. If you're buying new, they're all worth their money. They all serve their purpose. They all work brilliantly, guys. Spares for the ones that are on this table come in very reasonable for both brands that we've got on this table here. You can still get all the spare parts for these brushes. The Microns, these ones, you can get the parts, but I think these are discontinued now, the CMSB side feeds, because you've got the new version, which is the new Takumi Micron, which has come out, which is very similar to this. If you were to put the cup on the side of this one and put a cutaway handle to the back, this would look like the Takumi Micron. So that's a bit about the brushes. If you're looking to buy a brush, I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's only a small one, but I've got therapy lesson next and they're calling me now. 2 minutes. And I've got to crack on with that. So I'll see you in the next one. We're going to be doing some painting in the next one. Going to take you across some artwork stages at Chapel House. They're letting me have an easel back and I can have a few more paints in the next one, which will be nice. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification, and I'll see you in the next one. I've got to have another play with this. It's great.
And I will see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching.